There are several games right now claiming you can earn real money just by playing simple puzzle games, especially these Match-3 games where you just swipe and match, for example, fruits. But can you actually get paid, or is it just another game that looks good at first and then completely wastes your time? I decided to probably test one of these fruit puzzle games myself to see how it really works, what you can actually earn, and if there is anything they don't tell you up front. In case you don't know, my name is Mikael and I have tested hundreds of different ways to make money online. And in this video I'm testing a Match-3 fruit puzzle game called Tropical Cross that claims you can earn real rewards just by playing and matching fruits. And several of you have asked me about it, so I decided to check it out, and in this video I will show you how the game actually works, how the earning system really looks like once you're inside, what kind of rewards you can realistically expect, and whether this is worth your time compared to other free online earning apps. I have tested hundreds of get paid to play games apps over the years, and some are okay for small extra earnings, while others are simply designed to keep you playing without ever realistically being able to cash out. So let's jump straight into Tropical Cross and see what the real results look like and whether it's worth it or not. So before logging in, let's go over who can join. And Tropical Cross is an app that is free to join. It's available only for Android devices. From what I can see, it should be available in more or less all countries. They don't have any exact information about this, but it does look like it's available in more or less all countries. The only way to know for sure is to actually go and see if it's available in Google Play in your country. But before doing that, please make sure to watch this full video so you know whether you should even download it or not. So I have now logged into Tropical Cross, and the way to just get started to play the main game, I'll go over some of the other options a little bit later, but that is to go here to play. But just be aware that there will be random ads popping up. Also right now, it just took me a bit longer to actually open up the app because there was an ad popping up already there, which is of course annoying, but that's a part of how they make money and how they potentially can afford to pay us. But you can see here, so there's these different things to the quest you need to solve, but overall you need to then match 3. So when you put 3 next to each other, it moves around, and then you need to make sure to do that and solve the level here. But that's basically how it all works. So I'm not going to spend too much time actually playing the game here, showing you a kind of self-explanatory. It can be quite fun, I must say. I do like the game itself, but you of course need to be aware that the levels gets harder and harder. The first few levels, they were very easy, and then now it gets harder, and you can see that you have a certain amount of moves only, and if you do not actually go through the level by the time that you don't have any more moves, then you will lose a life, or you can choose to keep the life, but then you will have to watch ads to continue. So that's just one thing to keep in mind, which makes it a little bit annoying, of course. But of course, if you then really earn a lot, then it might actually be worth it. But I would say the first few levels, very easy. Then here now it becomes very hard. Keep that in mind. But to then figure out if you think that it's worth this hassle for the more difficult levels, let's talk a little bit more about what else you can do here and also what the earning potential is. And I was just trying to leave the game now, but you can see even if I now wanted to pause the game or go out, show you something else, I have to actually give up a life, so I will then lose a chance to actually play the game later there. But in this case I will do that just because I don't want to sit here play the whole game now while you are actually watching, but then I have to give up this life here. So you can see there, these are the lives I have left there. So if I don't have any more, then I can't play it anymore, but you can get unlimited lives, but then you have to pay for it. So this is one thing you need to be aware of. There are many of these upgrades there, and personally, if you have to then pay to play it like this, which you eventually will because the levels gets very, very hard there. You can of course keep watching ads and keep playing, getting more moves until you solve it, but that means you will have to watch a lot of ads. So you either pay with money for getting unlimited lives, or you will keep paying with your attention and watching a lot of really annoying ads there. So that's, again, just something to keep in mind. But there are other ways you can also earn here. They have, for example, different spins here, or a different spin and a shop down here. There are many different ways. So the spin is basically there. You can see where you can again watch ads, and then you can spin and win potentially cash or tickets, other spins, different things like that, even a live. But again, then you will have to either once in a while you get some spin when you qualify some or complete some levels, or you can watch ads. And that's a general thing in here. There are a lot of different ways, gimmicks and things like that, but you would have to either pay or you would have to watch ads. But let's now talk about how you can actually get paid and how much you can earn. So I now jump to my wallet and you can see here how much I have earned, and I can then get paid via PayPal. But you can see when I click to withdraw, it says that I need to earn at least $10. So the payout threshold is $10. It's not that high a payout threshold compared to other gaming apps that I have tested. $10 is okay. Of course, I prefer when it's lower. Some have $3, $1, $5. $10 is still okay. Usually it wouldn't take too long, but this is what you need to be aware of. For example, when I first completed a level, I got 50 cents. I actually only earned 25, but then I could double it by watching an ad. The second level, I only got 20 cents. Then the third time, I actually got the same, but then I actually completed some levels that didn't give any rewards at all. So there's no consistency. You actually do not know how much you will get for the levels you are completing. And this is one thing I really do not like. So overall, the levels get harder and harder, and you do not know if you will even get any earnings. You know before you start these different rewards, it shows if you will get a live, if you'll get a spin, all these different things. But what is it worth in cash? They are not transparent about this. You have no idea. And what I can tell you both from testing myself and also from listening to feedback from other users is that it will be very hard to reach the payout threshold. And the closer you get, the harder it will be. As mentioned, I tried even completing levels where I then just didn't get a reward. So I have no idea how many levels I would have to complete, how many hours I would have to spend to reach a $10 payout threshold. And that's one thing you need to be aware of. So I'm not saying it's not paying. I'm just saying that I'm not going to spend 100 hours trying to reach it when I know there are many other apps where you can earn by playing, where they're completely transparent about how much you get paid and where it will be a lot easier and faster to reach the payout threshold. So I really do not like the lack of transparency here and the extremely low earning potential. So to sum it all up, I think Tropical Cross is a fun game. It can be addictive, but as a way to earn, complete waste of time. And if you even just like playing these Match-3 games and you just want to play it without earning anything, it's not even great for that because there are so many different ads, and I just don't like the lack of transparency. I'm sure you can actually get paid, so that's not what I'm saying you can't. I'm just saying, in my personal opinion, with the hundreds of ways that I have tested to earn online, this is just not worth it because you don't know how long it will take, but I can tell you it will take an extreme amount of time. If you tried it yourself, also please feel free to share your experiences below. But personally, I would not spend any more time on this because I know my time is better spent on other platforms. If you want to see my top recommended ways to earn by playing games, I do have a list like that on my website. I will leave a link to that below so you can go and check that out. Also, if you're in general interested in earning online for free, then I do have a video about the best online side hustles. You can check that out here next to me on the screen for the next video for some inspiration about different other ways to earn. And if you like this video, please take a second to like it. I would really appreciate that support. And also don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss out next time I release a video with tips and tricks about different ways to make money online.